data? Type of integer and private. Private means what? Private is okay, never mind, I'll explain later. Okay, how many constructor you have? 2. How many member methods? 3. 3 plus 2. The first constructor is assign the value 0 to the attribute data. Second constructor to assign the parameter value of this constructor to the attribute data. So this, if you call first constructor, data will get 0. If you call second constructor, data will get a value assigned by the user. Okay. Okay. First method, update, to increase the value of data by 1. If data now is 3, when you call update, it become 4. Okay, correct. Get data to return the value of data. Okay, means if the value of data is 4, if you call this method get data, so you will get 4. Display, to display the value of data. Okay, what's the difference between get data and display? What's the difference? Display, you use system of print line. Okay, get data, you don't use system of print line, use return data. Okay, that's the two different things. Okay, so basically it's very straightforward. You could take just half of the page. If you use notepad. Okay, anything you'd like to ask before you do it on your own? I'll give you 10 minutes for you to implement this whole thing. Any question? No. Okay, I just want to elaborate. Just give me a few minutes. I just want to elaborate about private. Integer, you know, right? Integer, double, float. Okay, that's what you know. Okay, private. Okay, in last class we use what? Public, right? Public. Okay, in Java there are 3 access modifiers. Okay, public, private, and protected. Only 3. Okay, protected. Okay, only 3. Okay, public is easy. Okay, any methods or any attributes that you declare as what? As public, it can be used or it can be called by anyone. It's easy. Public, okay? Any public methods and public attributes can be called by anyone. Can be called in his class or can be called from outside of the class. Okay, public is easy. Private? Private means if you declare data as private, means it is only recognized in class counter. Outside of class counter, it is not recognized. For example, if you have class customer and the object of class customer want to call data, cannot, because private. Private means it's only recognized in its class. But if you declare data as public, it is recognized in class customer, and it is also can be called by someone who is living outside of this class counter. Okay, public easy, anyone can call. Okay, private is only can be used inside this class counter. Anyone outside from this class cannot call it. Another one, protected. Protected means what? Protected means it is recognized in its class and also in the subclasses. Okay, for example, this is counter. Let's say you have counter 2 and counter 2 inherit counter. Means counter 2 can call data. Okay, let's say you have class manager. Manager doesn't inherit counter. Can manager call data? Cannot. Because manager doesn't inherit counter. So again, protected is recognized in its class and all the subclasses. Okay, if you have, let's say if you have counter 2, counter 3, and these two classes inherits counter, and the subclasses can call data. But some classes from other class cannot call this class, cannot call data from this class. For example, if you have class student inherits class person. Okay, class student inherits class person. Can class means class student is subclass, right? Can this subclass call data from counter? Can or cannot? Maybe I can write down. Okay, let's say you have. Okay, let's say data is protected in class counter. Then you have a person. Okay, and then you have class student. Student is what? Subclass. Person is superclass. Okay, so can student call data from class counter? Means we have counter here. Okay, now subclass want to call the data available in class counter. Can or cannot? Cannot. Because this is not the subclass of counter. Okay, but if you do like this, okay, now can. Okay, now student can call data because it is subclass of counter, because you put data as protected. Okay, but if you put data as public, anyone can call. Student also can call, person also can call. Okay, if you put data as private, cannot. This one cannot call, this one cannot call, it only can be called in counter. Okay, there's a difference between public, private and protected. Okay? Okay. Okay, another thing. Okay, let's say you have class A, class B, class C. Okay, hold on. Class B. Okay, what conclusion can be made from this diagram? How many class B is going to inherit? 2, A and C, right? Is it allowed in Java? Java. Can a class inherit 2 superclass, or can a subclass can have 2 superclass? In Java? Cannot. In Java cannot. Okay. In Java, a subclass can only inherit 1 superclass. It cannot inherit. A subclass cannot have 2 superclass. Means you take out either one. Okay, maybe you take out this one lah. Okay, only one. But in C++ can. Okay, in C++, a subclass can inherit more than 1 class. That is multiple inheritance. Java only supports single inheritance. Okay, only one. A subclass can only have 1 superclass. Okay, but if you do coding in C++, this no problem. A subclass can have many superclass. Okay, now I give you 10 minutes to implement this. Okay, don't worry about inheritance, because inheritance in part 2, I want you to create a class for this specification. I give you 10 minutes. Then later I will ask some of you to show the answer. Okay. Okay, so let me give you the answer. Okay, go to Notepad. Okay, what is the class name? Class counter. So you quickly open the curly bracket, then you close it. 18. I think you can, those are sitting behind you, you can see the codes. Can from Notepad. Okay, how many attributes? 1. Private or public or protected? Private. What's the type? The data type, integer. Name, data. Okay, that's it. First one, constructor. Public, public what? Public counter. Okay, any parameters? Okay, what it does here? What happened here? To assign the value 0 to the attribute data. So data equals to what? 0, okay. Okay, simple. Do you need to put anything in the bracket as a parameter? Yes or no? Do you need to include anything in the inside the bracket as a parameter? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Or if yes means what you need to include here. Pardon? INT data. Why INT data? No need, right? Because if you see the first constructor, the purpose is to assign 0 to data. Right? So 0 is already been assigned to data. So done. No need to have anything in the parameter. Okay. Okay. It's already complete. Okay, second one. To assign parameter value of this constructor to the attribute data. Okay, so this is another constructor. Public what? Public counter. Okay, now do you need to have anything as a in the bracket as a parameter? Okay, now data now equals to what? To data equals to a value, right? And from where the value comes from? From the parameter. Because if you see the question says to assign the parameter value of this constructor to the attribute data. Okay. If you see the first constructor, 0 is given to data. So 0 is already known in advance. Okay. But here, the value of data, it depends on a parameter value. Okay. So what you do, you just declare a parameter, int value, and just put data equals to value. So when the object calls this constructor, the object will assign a value. Okay. It could be 10, it could be 20, or it could be 6. Okay. But if the object calls this attribute, this constructor, so data is 0. Okay, data here is 0. But if the object calls this constructor, the value will be determined by the object. Okay, by the object which calls this second constructor. Okay, after that, what you have? Method update, right? To increase the value of data by 1. Okay, public void update. Is it update? Yes, update. Public void update. Do you need to have anything as a as a parameter? Yes or no? Anything as a parameter? Okay, never mind. What happened in update? Increase value of data by 1. So data equals to data plus 1, or you also can put data plus. Either one, but can I have both? This is a short form of this. Okay, do you need to have anything as a parameter? Yes or no? Yes. So if yes means what you need to include here? Do you need information from the parameter? No need, right? Because what happened? If you call update will top up data by 1. So it's already complete. You no need to have any extra information from the parameter. Right? User no need to give any other information in the parameter. This is already complete and standalone. Okay? This one, yes, you need to get the information from the parameter because the question says the data is, you need to get the value from the parameter. This one, you no need to include parameter because this is already standalone. Because the question said assign 0 to data. You no need to have parameter. The same goes to this update method. Okay, then get data. Okay, how to implement this? Public get data. Is it void or return a value? Okay, if return a value, can you declare it as void? Cannot, right? Data is data type integer int. Get data. Okay, then you just put return. Return data. Because this is not a void method, it returns a value. Okay, again I want to ask you, do you need to put anything as a parameter inside this bracket? Do you need to include anything as a parameter here? No, because this is already complete. You no need to have information from the parameter. Okay, and finally, last one. Display the value of data. Okay, what you do? You put public. This is void. Public void display. Okay, just put system out print line. Print line. The value of data is data. Okay. So done. Okay, again my question. Do you need to put anything as a parameter? No. This is already standalone. You don't need to have any information from the parameter. So basically this is the implementation. So you can do it in less than 5 minutes if you really understand the concept. Okay, so this is the complete code. So this is class name. This is the attribute. This is 2 constructors. And these are 3 member methods. Okay, so how many constructors you have? 2. How many member methods? 3, Okay, try to observe these 2 constructors. Okay, you know this is constructors, but can you have more than one method with the same name? Can you have it in Java? 2 constructors the same name, or 2 methods with the same name. Is it error or not? Error. If you do like this in C, it's error. Because in C, you cannot have functions, more than one function with the same name. But in Java, you can have a method or constructor declared more than once with the same name. You can have no problem. Okay, so this one is not an error. Okay, and this concept of having more than one methods, doesn't matter whether it is constructor or member methods. Okay, by adding more than one method with the same name, this is known as method overloading.